Oi oi. Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Alright guys, good to see you back. What is an epic Flatterday awesome postage? Flat thumbs to all, thank you for popping by. In the middle of Armageddon. It is on, it is on. Things are getting very strange very quick, as I'm sure you all are aware of. Now, what we're going to talk about in this post is the evil empire, okay, the controllers, crumbling under the weight of their own bullshit. I can't imagine them fooling everybody in the world for so long and getting away with it. Most people know that the ongoing scenarios are insanity, nothing but insanity. Okay, so when was the last time we heard from Gates? Well, he's been gone months, hasn't he, since he last predictively programmed everyone and saying, well, nobody will escape the next wave, like it's, going to be given to everybody for the next. I think the last one was a test. See how this shit went down and how people would respond. Well, they fell straight into Hegelian dialectic and did exactly what probably the people who thought this plan out expected them to do. Fuck all. Some of us did try. I tried everything in the Most High wanted me to do, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just the winter is upon us, and they're threatening power cuts. They're doing crazy things now. There's a new one they're coming out with, having this 4-tier thing, 4-tier, whatever. They're doing a thing in Britain called a circuit breaker. I don't know if this has been introduced anywhere else. Isn't that a curious term to use, circuit breaker? Like what we've been proposing on Flat Earth British about this place being circuit board cities fed by the people in their houses. They move people around, they're going to break the circuit. And that's exactly what they're doing. Spooky. And them telling us what this place actually is. Okay. So what we're going to be dealing with in this post is the Caesars, or the Tsars, or the Queens, or the Kings. They're all the same because because they've got a lot of leaf of control. They all got orbs, they all got scepters, and they're all in control. And they all got the historical narrative and everything else, so you know who they are. Okay, so we're going to start with looking at what you would refer to as the Roman Caesars. You know the culprits, and let's see what kind of things they all got up to. Okay, now what it does show, okay, something that we haven't really thought about, but something that I have been thinking about, and I think the evidence may in this post point towards it, that the Phoenicians, okay, have not really too much trouble in resetting themselves, because I think this Greco-Romano world that took a meltdown, okay, was partially already in Phoenician held territory, if you like, which got melted. We'll have a look at the evidence for this now, guys, okay? And we're going to look at the Phoenicians and how they did this, basically, guys, how they did this takeover. They come into port, we're going to show you the Phoenician takeover of Tataria. We're going to show you that in the past, racism wasn't a thing, because it just wasn't. This is another Phoenician mind control technique to keep brother against brother, sister against sister, and so on. This is how it all works. They divide us to rule us. Divide and conquer. So we're going to start here, guys. Okay, we're going to look at some Caesars. Now, everything you see in this post will be shared. Okay, guys. Now, I have been punching videos out this week, extras, on the Flat Earth British think tank channel. Okay, I haven't been here in a week since last Flatterday because YouTube are censoring this channel. Okay, I can only presume it's that because my views are just as good on my think tank channel with 11,000 subscribers as they are on here, as I've showed you. Something is definitely afoot. YouTube, literally, right, change your requests. I did a video this week. I didn't want no ads in it. They changed it, switched the ads on, and then gave the ad income to someone else. they change your thumbnails if they don't approve. So I'm guessing with the new weird kind of Marxist dictatorship that's now on us, that the internet is really, really harsh and extreme, where they're changing your stuff, guys. When you're changing your stuff, so really be careful with YouTube. Now, usage, and I will elaborate my thoughts for the last couple of days along the way. 1000-fold shed. Okay, before we get underway, what am I going to say? Yeah, peace and love to you all. Flat thumbs, epic, flat earth, British, Flatterdayness, which is a definite Flatterdayness, is a feeling, isn't it? It's a specific feeling. It's excitement. I get it. I get really excited with Flatterdays. Anyway, it's on. It's definitely on, guys. Okay, you have to admit it is on. Yeah, I know. So I start here. So we're going to look at some old booklet, okay, of Caesars. Now it's rather cool. It's from an early period, 1600s, or maybe even a bit later, 1700s. And you get the Roman emperors, and these are incredible engravings. But what they do show you is they get up to no good. So this is Nero. He fiddled with himself as Rome burns. He was a Roman scrotum twiggler. But the world we see, the circuit board city, that's in meltdown. Okay, they had a meltdown. The circuit board got reset, and mud flooded. Everyone's running for their lives. Now, what could cause such devastation in what is supposed to be the antique world of 2,000 years ago, which we pull up to much more recently in this last 1,000 years? Okay. So the harp is sound and vibration, isn't it? They were using some sort of electromagnetic phase type technology, is my guess. But what about the civilization? Water towers. They've had it. Is this Tataria we're looking at replaced and bricked over the red bricks? Or is this a parallel timeline where Phoenicia are definitely in control? I'm not seeing any echoes of Tatarianism here, guys, in this scene. So I'm thinking that they skip town. I'm thinking like rats from a sinking ship. The Phoenicians bounce. Once they've collected all their booty, you know, the gold, whatever, get off ponds. They're going somewhere else, guys. The elites, you know, have been going down to... I've posted 2 years ago about a load of oligarchs moving down to Patagonia, and I said, yes, so when this place goes tits up and gets reset, they can fuck off down to this land that's down there somewhere. Like Atlantis place, which is, in my mind, a thing. Definitely hiding land. That's what it's all about. They're going somewhere. So, yeah, let's have a look what's happening here. So it would seem that the Caesars are total shits, okay? Even in the official narrative, they have some sort of advanced technology, like the ballista bolt, etc., and some crazy attack. But who are they really? Do you recognise these? Well, they're on your civic buildings, guys. Now, as you may know, okay, the evil empire, the Phoenicians are controllers now, are the Romans. The Romans may have been biculture, a subculture of the Phoenicians. But anyway, they are in control today. So this place, the Phoenicians, they reset it. They reset the farm. They play everyone. It's easy to do because they use fear and mind control. Okay, and everyone will just scratch away at one another with crazy thoughts that these put in there, which are not real. They're thought thumbs. You know, with this bullshittery that's been going on for all of these months, yeah, they've easily done it. Think about it, guys, yeah? They've put out the narrative that this is happening. They've created the thought form. You, or we've all been guilty of it, not me so much because I couldn't give a fuck. Give it our energy, so creating it. They know how the manifestation of reality works, and in a way, it's us that's doing it, guys. Like, it's us that brought these in. Look at the tail of that horse. How beautiful is that? So, I'm guessing he wasn't wearing a mask or social distancing. So there's no difference between the Nazis, the fascists, and the Romans, is there? Which one is that? Vitellius. They are all in. You're all the culprits. And, can't imagine any of them. They all got pretty bad press, haven't they? You know, Vespasian. He built apparently the Colosseum in Notre Dame, which was once Nero's big pretending I'll have a naval battle. But they got the old conch going on. If you know what a conch is, it's not a cock. A conch is it's like a British word for a massive schnoz, which is a nose. Okay, and they also got the laurel leaf going on. But a Phoenician, what they would say is a Roman. But we know now, we've been studying this stuff for years. We're like academic experts in the field of Phoenicians at the moment. So they put them on some sort of grave, I noticed, the platform. So massive antiquitents in Roman days. And yet to get reset, but looking like skyscraper city. Let's have a look at this Roman. Oh, he's a bit of a all the pies. All the pies. He's like, fuck me, this guy's heavy. Yeah, I know. So I'm guessing this one, oh, that's Titus. Oh yeah. He's another fat pervert, as their whole culture and wicked, evil death cult is, as you can see. So I posted, not to be alarmist, because I'm not, because I know there's a beautiful thing about to happen. But what I'm saying is, guys, that I've been saying for years that they go crazy on us. Have I not? You know, one of my subs in my comments said yesterday, she said, oh, thanks to you, I got arrested yesterday. You blame me for your independence. But yeah, took one for the team, so to speak, where she said I got a exemption, etc., whatever, and they're like, it don't matter, fuck you, you're under arrest. Criminalities, like, I think is allowed now. I think they don't really bother with crack dealers and all the rest. Now that is permissible, because they want everyone in, stoned, off their heads, and fucking up is what they want. Excuse my language in this post, but it's Armageddon, so. In Armageddon time. So I was born for this. So that arch is half buried. What we're looking at here is a Lied van der Haar Atlas 1733, I-733, of mud-flooded Rome, just coming back together, doing a bit of farming. The trees are all smashed, you see. So Phoenicia, really, isn't it? They'll give you like Pompeii. Pompeii to me is a psyop. And Herculaneum, etc. I think this was the plasma discharge event and the mud flood. Would you not agree? No paths, just muddy walky things. You're going to build this massive temple with an oculus. There's a clue with the oculus and a temple. It's to do with spirit, I'm sure. And a massive aqueduct feeding the walled city that kept probably some of the mud out in the days, which are still now, because we've got 5G, for Fache's EM technology. And, what is in the Lied van der Haar Atlas 1733 of Rome? Well, what is Hermes doing here? And the Phoenicians, because they are. So, yeah, reset Rome. Okay. And what you get in here is an idea of their sort of strange death cult, etc. The people in control now. These are all plaques of their people, or sort of shields, if you like. Okay, and they're all numbered. They're all on a wall. We were wondering, because of what we've been thinking about with Antiquity, like regions of Palestine. So they're just shields. But what if they're like more, and there's something behind them? So it's all about conquest. Maybe that's what's going on now. They're getting us used to the idea of power cuts and food shortages and being told what to do with crazy orders. Shoot you in the street, martial law, etc. Maybe they're ready. That's the thing, see, we've got nowhere left to conquer. And maybe, like, because the Chinese got like a huge, massive army, and they made up, this narrative. We all seen it, what happened, the bullshittery of telling everyone there's a plague. They're all in it together. But I think there might be in-house fighting as they scramble for the goodies. And here's our friend, the Faceless Knight. What is the story? Where is he? I think it's a clue to EM technology. I think that's what it shows you, that this fascist technology. If you don't know about this and don't know what I'm talking about, check it out on the Tatarian channel. I'll show you a little bit later in this postage. So, slave ships. He's smiling. He's not so bothered. And they use oars and slaves and bang a drum to get them around, by all accounts. But I've seen corkscrew technology very, very early on. So anyway, the Phoenicians arrive, okay, and they do these crazy, crazy processions every time. The Carthaginians, the Africans, so they're all from different places in the Roman Empire, the Phoenician Empire. Oh well, Carthaginians were under the Phoenicians. That just proves these are the Phoenicians. And this is what they took into battle, I would say. Electromagnetic technology, the fasces. And around they go. And the, as we well known by now, the crazy Phoenician cat with the horn of plenty and the crazy whales. And they do these little setups, you see, with crowns and cross swords, all clues to the technology of this time. The elephants. So I'm guessing that this was a multicultural society. They say the people that lived in ancient Rome were not really Romans, but were from all denominations and all peoples from all over this plane. So I'm guessing that this civilization that was maybe melted and taken out, okay, didn't really have a problem with other peoples. I think there's a later Phoenician takeover, not this one, maybe, where they drive us against one another. I'll show you what I mean shortly. So they go through these arches because I think they're demagnetizing from being on the battlefield, collecting booty from all of its conquests. So a war's real, guys. We only ever see them on telly. When your family tell you, fathers and your uncles tell you about war. Well, the bombs certainly dropped on Cardiff, guys. Loads got killed from Swansea and all the British cities. So that was a real thing. Who was dropping the bombs? Well, that's another question. And you find out they're all in it together. And just to get rid of a culture and to depopulate, well, you look at the birth rates. It went up, it shot up after the war. It did great for population control. Not. There was more people. It just steadied, but because people thought, oh, well, we're going to, a bit like Armageddon now, they were thinking, well, if we're all going to get killed, we may as well just go for it. So a lot of people adopted that sort of mentality instead of spiritually aligning, I guess. Circuit board cities. But a lot of them survived the war. A lot of them see no changes in life, except for restrictions in food, power cuts, that sort of thing. What they're threatening now. And they're saying they're going to have power cuts in Britain, which have already started in Australia, to terrorise us. They say, there's not enough wind. It's been blowing a gale all bloody week. There's wind. And since when did you rely on wind energy that's make-believe anyway? You've got free energy. So they're going to terrorise everyone, black everyone out. And they collect them. This is a hippodrome, okay, hyperdrome. And what they do is they have the old, carts going around, as we've all seen. But they collect these. This one's from Delphi. And the ornaments of their conquests. You can see this in the Istanbul hippodrome even today. There's some of these things still left. It's supposed to be Roman. And these things that look very, very technical indeed. So I think they are. I think they're all methods of technology, and they put in these things just the spoils of all of the great tech we've collected. being Phoenicians. So this is pretty epic. This is sort of evidence that the whole civilization was completely melted and mud flooded, because it's gone, isn't it? Unless you want to think something else has gone on. And then they like to say it's 2,000 years of entropy, rain and wind, in Italy, mind, where it's bone dry. And what about all the slodgy mud? What would be their official reason for that? And what about the tunnelling, like they were getting out of the way or something? Everywhere in antiquity, guys. Sure, there were plenty of survivors. There were. But most people, under this sort of heat, would end up like the people in Dresden. Melted, just getting allotments back together, shit back together and food back together in a smashed, melted, classical world. So the fall of the Roman Empire is a load of shit anyway when you look into it. You know, there's more than two parallel timelines going on here, historical timelines. You know, there's the official timeline, official history, controller, little bits of truth, mostly lies. And there's the alternative, which is, I guess, Tataria, mudfloods, resets, cyclical resets, ongoing, etc. Which is the most mind-blowing thing ever. But there seems to be another as well, another timeline of this. The classical world melted. You see all these buildings today in any British city and any city, don't you? Because, well, obviously not a hippodrome, I meant the facade. So they were hippodrome again, so they say that they were, you know, throwing Christians to the lions, doing weird sort of thrusty, stabby stuff with gladiatorial things. But gladiators, apparently, if they're a real thing, they were superstars of the time, and they never really got killed unless they got crap. So it's best not to get crap, get lazy. So yeah, the hippodrome's fine, but everything outside is completely mud flooded. Temples galore, buried. So they tarted that back up with all of their souvenirs of a takeover. Like I said, they come back in and they got all control. Look at this thing. Tell me this isn't being melted, guys. Mud flood and melted. We put out evidence on Flat Earth British Celtic Tatarian channel that just prior to this period in the 1600s, Rome was definitely underwater, as was a good proportion of America land. So mud flood, not? No? What happened to smash antiquity? I guess there's two ways of looking at it. This is 1700 years after the affair of this, after all this has happened at this point. Yeah, Pierre van der Haar is showing you. Look how buried this is. You see this? Wow. Half buried. Wow. So he shows you melted and buried. No? Sea of mud or no? I don't know. Some people are just so hard to convince. So, like I said, there's two ways to look at it. 2,000 years or 1,700 years of this period of entropy and sort of rain and weather and everything else. But something's hit this and smashed it, hasn't it, obviously? And it's going to give thick, globby mud that's covered everything. And this is also being destroyed by some sort of heat, hasn't it? Because it looks like it's melted. So, yeah, quite a telling picture. Just soak that up. I need a drink. So Flat Earth British, yeah, make sure to share this out if you can, guys, because YouTube, I'm getting, you know, on your nerves, and my content is crap, okay, or which I do not think is the case at all, or YouTube are definitely, you know, stifling flat earth truthness. So there's a couple more Colosseums there. Because I've got Flat Earth in the title, even though I hardly talk about it, because I am a Flat Earther. And I moved on from that years ago and went into the historical field. You know, it's not much to do with that at the moment. It's not as if we can go off, whizzing off down to Antarctica, so-called Antarctica, go and take a look at what is going on, because they just locked down the whole of humanity as it was taking hold. We have more views, more hits than Donald Trump, Flat Earth, on Google searches. So, or Lady Boy Gaga. Gagag. So yeah, so this is the excuse me, bas reliefs of the antique world. So it's funny, these look like little boats. So I think I might have found a clue with ceilings. We're going to look at exquisite ceilings later in this post, guys. You may want to share this out. There's going to be absolutely superb images of the day, okay, and some really stunning stuff to come, as I'm sure you'll agree, okay? So please share this out. Friday Juice Age. So here they are, the Phoenicians. They got these strange sort of, I don't know, wedge-shaped bottoms. These are like little coracles, aren't they? Coracles are little one-man boats you get from Wales and Ireland. And I've seen coracles also in Newfoundland as well. So we've seen, there's these Celts, there's sorts of, we're in like the Basque region or the Portugal, or there's a band of us over the other side, there seems to be spread around, Cornish, Cornwall, they got their own language going on as well at some stage, Cornish people. So yeah, in my mind, all recent and confuddled from them playing with the history books and the timeline. It's Flavius again. In his later years, I think he was the son of Titus, who was a crazy person. Apparently, the official narrative is it's like some sort of weird sort of villa going on I think Corsica, with some strange death cult pedo thing going on. But that's the Romans all over, and these are the people, these are like the royals and the people that are in control now, and everybody works and dies and slaves for these and never fights back, because they give them, they chuck the dog a bone, if the shit fits, wear it, it's not good for me, and I know none of you now, because now they've just like taken it all away from you, haven't they? And now you're like, I just invested all in bullshit, and now they've just robbed my future. Haha, no shit, Sherlock. Fucking, we gotta wake up and smell the coffee, guys. Yeah, wake up and smell the roses. This is what they do. Nail everyone fucking up. Put people in cages, strip them of any rights. People can bitch all they want, you know what they get? They get a gun butt smashed in their fucking cheek is what they'll get. That's what they'll do if they get their own way. Okay, it's on. Look at this with the fasces. It's on, guys. So yeah, people have got this instinctive feeling that something is coming. They are predictively programmed into the call continues. That was just a test. Get ready. Now everyone's going to drop like flies. I think it's a form. I really, really do. I think it's a partial placebo effect. This shit's not real, guys. Yeah, they're putting it in everyone's head. They're making it come into fruition. Don't give it your energy. Don't even acknowledge it. Ignore till they come and hold you fucking down, and then you haven't sold out then, have you guys? Yeah, then you can live with yourself when you die. You were brave and you said no. Yeah, because that's what it's all about, you guys. What are you going to live with on your deathbed? That's what I think of. I want to smile and say I had a fantastic time and I loved them all. It's what I want to do. So, not that it'd probably come to that, don't even give a shit. So that's what it is, isn't it? The fear. So apparently this is Flavian's, actually Nero apparently had a Colosseum full of water, and he had naval battles, proper naval battles, people dying and all sorts, blowing up ships. So it must be massive. You'll get to watch it, but it just goes to show that it can hold water. So we think you know, just repurposed water tower, as we proposed on a Great Flat Earth British think tank. We think the arches are definitely the monumental arc de triomphes in all the cities of all the conquests of Rome. Why you need that in, say, New York City in the year 2020, but they still do it. So off with their heads. Somebody's removed all the heads of them. Heads of state are gone because there's new people in. Just like now, there's a big change coming. You know, in my mind, I don't know how I know this, but I think new people are going to lead this place. I think the old ways are gone forever. They're going to go their way with, you know, the automation and everything else, and convenient phrase of shoot us up, shoot the population. You know, I think it's way beyond that. It's much deeper levels of what's going on. Whole lot of fuckery, guys. Devised by man. Oh, the Phoenicians, parasitical mindset that gets into the minds of men is what I should be saying, because that's what's happened. Still ongoing. They never went anywhere. They're very much in the psyche. Very much in the psyche. So yeah, I'm guessing a lot of you are having like, probably like me, questions. I can't sleep. I can't sleep, mate. I got too much ongoing and I can't rest my mind. It's just chaotic to make sense. You know, I got a lot ongoing in my life, and I got a lot ongoing as in same as you lot, as we gonna make it out of this. Not that I'm worried about dying, but I just really did think that, you know, that I'm meant to do something more yet. Basically, the job is not done. Okay, broke the system. Now we have to follow through with the rest of it. No half measures. Take no prisoners. They gotta go. They've been feeding on us, eating us, fucking us in every way they can imagine. You can imagine since they took over, the Phoenicians. And I'm guessing after a mud flood, a good place to grow your garden would be in the air, because you find this a lot, where you have these gardens on roofs. Maybe mud floods are still ongoing at that period. How many? But it's difficult to determine what period we're looking at, but I would say the last 1,000 years, this crossover. Yeah. Classical world crumbled, pre-Renaissance. This is Rome. So what about that on mental block? Castle di Angelo, I believe. But anyway, what you make of this? Flagpole? That's some crazy tech. It's a star fort. Yeah, Angelo. Fort Angelo. So yeah, and get your roof garden going out of the way of the ground, which is always a good measure. High waters come and smash civilization, and some strange thunderstorms with mega lightning. And the axe in through the door. This will stand any weather. Get some oxygen, air making device underneath, and you are on. So how did they leave the information on resets? I would say in time capsules and chiseled into stone, the instructions for, you know, what to do after the great catastrophe where civilization gets reset. Why does this always happen in my posts? This has got nothing to do with me, guys, and I don't know what that, you know, would be doing on this oil burner. So, a dick burner. Goodness gracious me, great balls of fire. So yeah, these are lanterns of the Phoenicians. You get some strange ones going on there, and they all look alive as well. He's got two dicks. He's got two dicks. He's got double ding dong. What about this guy? So what's he gonna do with two dicks? Oh, don't ask. Ooh, shit. Look at him. No wonder he's smiling. Mr. Happy. Bit of a trumpet going on there. Can you play a tune with that? Oh. Stop laughing, people. Grow up. This is an historical study. Wow. So immature. We have sphinxes. Bulls. Wow, so trippy. Oh yeah, little devils, little satans. Oh, we're also holding cocks. Now I don't know what's going on, guys. Really, have they got any? Are they theirs? No, he's got a spike. Yeah, of course, Satan would have a wonky knob. Because they said in Witches of Eastwick, he got a wonky knob. Don't know. I'm too confused at this point. Let's take another look at this little fat Cherubanuski. Obviously he's not a child, so he's like oh, they are well perverted, aren't they, guys? Everything's about dicks and shit with them. What about this one? Is he real? Does this let out gas? Is this like a bath fat where you can light it and it'd be like little nuclear bombs? Is he like oh, this is so funny. This is so funny. Like that. Oh man. Oh, you gotta pity him. They're so pitiful and sad, aren't they? No, don't pity him. Fuck them. They're all weird. Devil worshippers, anyway. This is all weird stuff. No sympathy, anyway. Coming from an empath. I do try, though, you know. Sorry, but you gotta go. Let's have a look here. Yeah. Man have fiery tongue. Demon have fiery tongue. So yeah, they are really tainted, aren't they? Would you agree that these are really evil? Here's the Phoenicians. Oh, they chopped his arms off. That was a cruel touch, wasn't it? It's not the same dude, don't worry. Music, flowers, maidens, full-on juggage. Let's kill something to get that bad energy going in the ether. All that pain. There's a really bad film around at the moment called Dr. Sleep, and it's sort of sequel of Stephen King's The Shining, only it is fucked up. They literally torture children on there and extract some sort of like mist, which is their souls, but it's all analogous for the adrenochrome, where they torture these kids and stuff to extract adrenochrome. This sort of plant here, I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe they're collecting goat fats. It's a goat methane thing, maybe. So it's a plant. It's an aqua plant. Barbarianium. So there's a bit of the barbers going on there. Interesting. So what of the Barbicans? So yeah, there's Barbican in Hamburg. I seen one. Seen there's one in London, isn't there? The Barbican in London, yeah. Yeah, there's Barbicans everywhere. So there's the Statue of Liberty there. Your Phoenician death cult going on. You got Pegasus. I wouldn't mind the Pegasus. So yeah, flying would probably be a good superpower to have. I was thinking about it. Yeah, probably. Invisibility would only end bad. It's evil, isn't it? It can't be seen. They're doing that. You all got to be scared of the invisible all the time, because they tell you it's there. Create a thought form. Don't give you your energy. Take my advice, peeps, please. Just don't even think about it as a real thing. Fill your heart with love. Like what? Hello. Ow! 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 Oh, shooting pain in my elbow. Really weird. In my humerus. Funny how it's called humerus. So there's been a lot of, I'm not sure what's going on there. He's reading a mind. He's reading O'Brien. And carrying the faceless nights out. What's he got in there? And what's that critter? So yeah, well, they're obviously pissed off slavage, which got to carry their Phoenician stuff. So maybe they'll just wake up one day and they'll be like, sorry, like we're not going to go with the Who anymore, and we're going to be just doing what Sweden do. They'll use Sweden on the news as an example of, you know, they just carried on like nothing was going on, because nothing is going on, and look, they're all shopping and getting on with their lives and probably looking forward to their shipments affairs and everything else. Look at this. Oh, that's quite good. So yeah, I've been busy on my Flat Earth British, our Flat Earth British think tank channel. 2 posts this week. Keep on punching them out. Now we're going to move on. This is fantastic as well, of the Phoenicians, a little bit later in time. I can link all these up, Sicily, etc. Okay, from 1716 onwards. Okay, but I find the depictions absolutely fantastic and juicy. Okay, so let's have a little look. Okay. So I have many of these books. They're beautifully presented, but some of the artworks are just absolutely fantastic to behold, as I'm sure you will agree when we get to one. There you go. So plans, and we get these. Now, I've been thinking about these quite a bit. I think I'll do a post on them in the near future. It's the theatre. Now, all the world's a stage, as we know, and I'm wondering if, you know, like the tabernacle, or this place we're looking at now with a canopy above it, there is sort of a microcosm of the place where we live. But check out all the mirrors all around the outside, the mirrors. Why ever would they do that? Maybe there was something completely different going on in this experience back in the past, you know, in these. It's a ball. It's an actual ballroom. Maybe this centre prism with all of these Cherebunuskis was sending light out into the mirrors, and they were reflecting it back in some sort of like disco ball fashion. And maybe they weren't like just. Maybe they were really getting down, dancing, proper skank. You know, proper. Oh, they got a canopy like material. Massive artworks. Just the size is just absolutely fantastic. What they were doing in this day and age. So I'm guessing you got some plans for this theatre. So I got thinking about the Drury Lane Theatre in London, and this thing got burnt down over and over again. It's famous for having a ghost, but you know, once I was on holiday when I was 12 in Blackpool in the north of England, and I just went walking on my own. I walked past this big old theatre, and the fire door on the side, or this, you know, like just where they load stuff, was just open. So I was like a nosy kid, as I am now, and I just wandered in. First thing that I was aware of is the smell of wood. It just hit me straight in the nose. And when I turned around and I came into a place that looked exactly like this, a ballroom, the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, it blew my mind. And I even walked around behind the stage and stuff, guys, just looking at the ropes and that, and there was no one there. Never heard a sound. So just touching stuff and smelling stuff like I do. So look at this, the world we lived in. So yeah, where's the Phoenicians? Yeah, exactamundo, in the clouds. So we haven't heard anything back from Lee Flat Earth British subscriber. It's the weekend. Hoping that you're in chat now, Lee. If so, that would make me very happy. So I'm not going to be sulking. Okay, I do sulk. I sulk when my friends sort of do go off on me. Yeah, I'm not good with go offs. I got abandonment issues. I don't know why I'm laughing, that's true. Anyway. So, yeah, these theatres, yeah, they're absolutely mental, aren't they, guys? They're like wow factor. They're building these things in this early period. God, must have been just fantastic shows they put on. Can't imagine. So, yeah, the music is also a big clue of this period. Obviously, the symphony is a big Phoenician connotation in the word. Symphony, phonies. Wow. Just wow. And the chamber music, the orchestras, all of these great composers, you know, it's all a technical science of sound, vibration and echo, and there's a resonance in the echoes bounce back as well, if that makes sense. This can be captured in a technology called technosmia, and it's something to you inside. Wow. Yeah, these are absolutely fantastic images, guys. Look at that. It's an active fountain building. Can you imagine how good that feels? You know how good it feels when you go in the shower and get out? It energizes you. Activates the ions, apparently. Not that I go with anything that science explains. I got my own version. I think we're doing pretty cool of, you know, going with it because it makes more sense than anything they ever put forward. Look at that. Holy, where is that? Just blow that up a minute. Wow, I love that. Look at this building here on the right hand side. Fantastic. So maybe this was the top of a building, you know, and the rest is under the ground. Maybe. So let's have a look. And this is a plan for the inside of one of these, I guess you can call them like monuments, like memorials and stuff, like the Albert Memorial in London. But it's for angels. And what's more, guys, tell me that doesn't look like a processor. Heat sinks. Central processor. Heat sinks. Why, oh why are they so familiar? I think it's because they're working on the same process and technology. Circuit board cities, computer component buildings, the whole thing, does it? Crystalline structure in stone, etc, etc, the building resonating. This is what it is inside. 4 angels, a circuit board, all them statues affecting ether. So that's a great book. I will definitely be linking that up below. We're going to move on. So what you also find, okay, is there's like some sort of division between peoples. I don't understand it because I'm not really in this with the rest of you. I don't think like everybody else is what I'm trying to say, guys. Okay, is people got problems with other people. Like I don't see any of that. I just see people. But the Phoenicians came along, okay, as you know, and since then things have changed, and there's been some deliberate suppression of great culture of black people in Africa and in other places. So this has been deliberate ongoing because only a couple hundred years ago the power and the Freemasons, a lot of them, and the elites and the controllers and the royal family, not these imposters Germans that have just moved in, okay, no, not them, were indeed black. Okay, it's very Tatarian feel to it all. So this is from a Cosmographia, okay, and it will show you Africa before its zappage as a green and pleasant land. Here we have Morocco, and they have mountain ranges, as I've explained many times in the past, that are now gone. In fact, the whole world seems to be beautifully in green. The forests of Europe, that's around the Black Sea. And what you got here is the Sahara Desert is far from a desert. Okay, it's green and it's lush, and in fact, in this map, the Sahara Desert isn't even there. This was a glittering civilization. This could be where everything was going on. How do I think that? All the old maps show this place was full of massive castles and cities, glittering cities. Are they there now? Well, no, they're not, are they? Tell you a load of bullshit. These. So this is like West Africa. Oh, excuse me. Congo, etc. But in fact, on this map, it's everywhere in Central and West and East Africa. And you have some naked white dude, okay, being chased by a llama. But what you do get is these massive cities. Is it like that now? And the Sahara Desert has mountain ranges running through it. This by here, there is a mountain range. There's Kong, a mountain, one of these by here. and the Atlas surely are there, but these mountain ranges, guys, they're just not there in the modern day. The Sahara Desert is in fact made of dust, hence dust storms. Not sand, it's dust, and it blows up. This civilization had a mighty war, and all of this was taken out. You can see this if you look at the images for Egypt. Also East Africa, green, pleasant. I'm guessing this is down the Rift Valley with, dig this guys, dig this, okay, deciduous trees. Central America, in Central Africa, Eastern Africa, okay. Dig this, big European type, massive Tatarian actually, beautiful cities in the Congo, okay, and deciduous trees. You need seasons for deciduous trees. You need autumns and summers, and I don't think you get that. I think it's absolutely cooking all the time. I might be wrong. So the climate of this place, when this map was done, was absolutely different. It was completely different. And what you do get in a lot of these strange maps of Cosmographia is these beautiful patterns of geometric shapes, and I think they're sort of markers for portals, portal travel is what I'm thinking, because they're all over, and they're in the, they're not on any specific location. These I'm talking about. So are these people here, okay, the builders of these great civilizations you're witnessing here in West Africa? This is supposed to be Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, etc. along here. Then you go, well, what's going on? Who's building all this? So, it seems that we don't actually know too much about the past, guys. Okay? It seems that there's been a real more travesties than you can ever imagine going on. So they got them as warring. Deciduous trees, a few evergreens maybe there. But in West Africa, for sure, there's a cyclops, a giant with one eye. Okay. But you do get these crazy, amazing European-looking, or Tatarian-looking Staffords. So most of Africa, guys, was a beautiful, glittering civilization, which is no longer there anymore. And you see the same for Tataria, and here they are coming. Ever seen anything like that? The Phoenicians, always with these chariots. The people occupying this land, see, white. And it's upside down. That's why you get upside down maps, and all the emphasis is on Africa, because that's where it's going on. That's the juice. Yeah, and they just sort of take it over and then nick all their stuff, suppress all their people, when it was the other way around. There's a giant there down in South Africa. Nelson Mandela. Buy my new CD. Nelson Mandela sings Blur. All the people, so many people. Park life. So these living here with the indigenous, these trees, looks that way, doesn't it? Oh, we have a griffin, alive and well. Oh, super fantastic. Do love a good griffin. So what's happening with Madagascar? Looking very black down there, are they? So what's going on there? I can't imagine. Nothing is supposed to be. Nothing when you look into antiquity is what is supposed to be going on. Seems that people with different places, great cultures, are now empty spaces. Remember, they don't know how the deserts happen, guys. They say they're encroaching, they're growing all the time. Man-made. Deserts are man-made. Caused by man. Green and pleasant land earth. When it was all Beautiful. Look at this, and he's got a throne. So you get a Tartar king. Obviously, he's got the Tartar or the Muslim or the Turk thing going on. But it says there Tataria. Tataria, you see? So I think this is a Tatarian king, but again, you know, he looks a bit of a Phoenician, doesn't he? He's got the blue going on, and he's got a scepter, but he ain't got an orb. But, you know, clawed feet on the chair. So yeah, Tatarians. I feel that the Phoenicians were evil and the Tatarians were good, but I think the Tatarians definitely, like today, most people are essentially good, but a lot of them will just sell out to the man and fight good people to protect the man, and the man's fucking paedophile, fucking war criminals. It's just crazy, crazy stuff. And in a death cult. And it's a big club, and you ain't in it, as you know. So, also India. So, any sign of the Himalayas? Well, I'm guessing this must be it. Biggest mountain range on Earth's not looking all of that on this. And what is this? Oh, what is that? India? And what is this big landeth? I'm afraid I don't know. It's geographically inexplicable. So there's the King of India, who's looking not very Indian at all. At all. What's that? Tanara theory? So that's more Tatarishness going on. In India. Cynocephalias. We love these. These are dog heads. These are roaming around the realm only 200 years ago. I think they shapeshift. I think you can get in an elevator, okay, and in the corner of your eye, in your peripheral vision, maybe there's a woman stood there or something, and basically, through the corner of your eye, you catch that she's a dog. I'm always laughing at my own jokes, even though they're crap. Anyway, there you are. Cynocephalia is a dog head. He's met by a wannabe. I can't remember, but witnessed by Alexander the Great. Anyway, Willoughby's. I can't remember. This guy does a connector. As much as you think that he's killing people by nuclear farts, this is not the case. He stamps his foot. Okay, so he stamp pods, and they cause a kinetic wave, which kills everyone. They just got the one big fat slammer foot. So yeah, times have changed some, haven't they? Times have changed some. So, they were on the plane only that short time ago. And we're going to move on now. These are really cool cosmograph, and they're really cute to look at. So, antiquitants. I'm guessing these are not that big. But again, China, India, oh, looking like Europe. Can it be possible this whole place was like it? No deserts. Can it be? Look at that, the Horn of Africa. Have they really got evergreen trees there? Crazy, crazy good. Anyway, let's move on. Because there are many, many of them showing all the worlds, but as you can imagine, no matter where you go, you see a lot of people killing other people. It seems white people killing other white people. It's all bullshit. It's an implant. It's a thought form. It's bullshit. All of it, guys. Look at this. Look at this guy. That's what they told you the Tartar monster looked like. A long, elongated neck with a dog. Yeah? Weird. Right, where are we here? I'm afraid I'm not really sure, but I would guess Rio Terra de Plata. So this is what I would guess is a map turned around, and this could be Tierra del Fuego, which would make that Antarctica, which is green. That's the River Plate. Yes? We're looking at it, it's orientated towards the west. And they are in South America. Wow, what's that? Trippy umbrella, happy hat, scepter. Crazy, crazy stuff going on. Look at the women. Wow, this is trippy. Phoenicians though, she's got that mirror tech going on, you know, basically a Skyping thing. So I bet that coming over the hill was a bit of a trip out, especially you were sitting there getting on with your tribal stuff. So I mentioned on my last post on the Think Tank channel, which I'll show you a bit later. If you haven't seen it, I would if I were you. We lost something. You see these Tataria, what they call the Victorians, we call the Tatarians. They all look so solemn and so serious. Sorry. They lost something. What you find nowadays when you see photographs of indigenous populations, they look innocent, childlike. They got no Phoenician mindset, no bad minds or anything, and basically they look like they know a secret. And I think I know what that secret is, guys. Okay, it's just, they're content with this place. They know how it works, they know how it operates. The Most High takes them straight to whatever plant they need if they need it, because it's downloaded to the information to you. This is not a random discoveries after resets, guys. This is because we know, and Most High takes us straight to this plant. You have that plant, you're going to feel alright. Yeah? Check this out, guys. So they're roasting in a hammock. Okay. So this is what the whole plane, a lot of the plane is depicted in Liedtke van der Alice's 1733 as going down. Are they giants? Is this really that big? So it's what he would have wanted. So I'm guessing that's on the menu tonight. Oh, it's an unfortunate state of affairs, isn't it? Everyone chowing down on everyone. It always seems to be a cannibalism. But if there's not much food around, I can imagine everyone chowing down. People don't go without food for too long. And if their kids are, where's my dinner? Where's my dinner? Over and over again, and your head bursts, and then you go out and just basically, chop off an arm or an ankle or something, take it home, fry it up, and tell the kids it was, bacon fry. Look at this happy hat, always with the one jug out, because it's a Phoenician. Check it out. Look, guys. She's saying, friend or foe, whatever. He's got his hands in the air. This is a weapon. She's showing you. So, she's got one in the head. Oh, he has. Not good. Check this guy. He looks like Gandalf the Great or something. He's like, wow. And look at this thing as well. So, yeah, highly fantastic. Any more big shots for us to oogle at? Oh, indeed. So, some heraldry of all the lands of Europe. Got fasces there. Of Europe, I say. All this continent. Containment. Because it's contained. Anything with con in is a con. Did you know? That's why they call it a con. Think of all of the words that begin with con, when you look into them, they're a con. Canada's on, yeah? And this is where the Phoenicians, the Tatarians went to as the Arcadians, which we've shown on many posts. Interesting. Further down the coast towards Boston, Florida. And you got a lot of civilisation and dogheads roaming around the Americas too, in this very early period. So, imagine that, guys. Where you gonna go? Where you going? I'm gonna go fight some dogheads today. They're just nuts. It's just fleur-de-lis. Look at this. That's like in Jeepers Creepers. He chucks one of them, made out of bones, throws one of them. So anyway, let's move on. Please make sure to shareth the showeth. And as I said, it's a replicating affair across the world. This is in Congo as well. I can share this with you. I've shown it maybe a year ago on the Flat Earth British Celtic Tatarian channel, when the Phoenicians come into port, and there's already a civilization there. You see this castle in the Congo when they arrive, and then you get the Caesar. Okay. Bullshittery and the Roman Catholic bullshitteries. Everyone hits the floor and they bring everyone in, but they con everyone. So look at the size of the cities in the Congo. Skyscrapers, red brick roofs, guys. Deciduous trees. in the Congo. Yeah, splat. Mine splat, that is. And look at the city there in the Congo. It's not like that today, is it? And these grey people seem to occupy the place with the feathers. Very big. Same as you get in Florida. Same people. Some of these are cannibalistic. You know, what they're doing occupying this land, I can't imagine. But they're the same as the Floridians. And this is a world away in Africa. And I'm guessing this is the women. Look at this, cities for the Congo. It does your head in. Where are they now? So I guess you can blame the Belgian Phoenicians for a lot of their troubles there. They took it over, didn't they? Belgian Congo. So they carry them around, you know, because they can't walk for themselves. Yeah, because they're lazy ass, the Phoenicians. They got zebras. Zebras are pretty cool, except you can't see him when they cross the zebra crossing. It's like he's there, he's not, he's there, he's not. What? This has to be the creatures that live there. Dragons. Snakes with a ball on their tail. Dunno. Monkeys and such. So yeah, I'll link that to you. It just goes to show that this place was infinitely fucked. They soon get down to some, you know, terrible carnage and start burning some people, as you can see. Okay, probably looks like it's ordered, and then what you do get is, excuse me, let me just blow that up for you, is strange meat cafes. You see this everywhere they set up, where they're you know, cooking people, and there's a strange death cult going on with strange idols as well. Some arrows falling from the side. They're shooting birds. Here's a strange meat cafe. Now this is a world away from the Amazon, guys. Well, it's funny how the tree roots are washed out, and this looks all mud flooded, grassed over. Anyway, and so yeah, they're eating people because it's probably the post-apocalyptic times, like in Mad Max. Yeah, just getting their shit together. I think the elite still got technology. These are the Amazons. Yeah. They sort of not burn. They sort of scar their breast to be sort of initiation things for being like Wonder Woman. And these occupy the place. So much we don't know. Well, we do now, actually. So, same thing went on for Tataria. Don't worry, everything that you see will be linked. Okay, is they come in these processions. This is the Dutch ambassador in 1733 visiting Tataria. Okay, what you see when you get to Tataria is a fantastic empire. Okay, these are the Chinese Tartars. And you get giants. One can only imagine. So a very, very sumptuous place is Tataria in 1733, when Pierre van der Haar is engraving these, or supposedly engraving these. I think there's something else going on, some sort of photographic purpose, scratched in, engraved later, maybe. So they got it going on, but they have their problems, as we see, when the Dutch people from the East India Company visit with the Dutch ambassador. Now they are dressed like the Phoenicians. They are Tatarian. Oh no, they're not. The Oriental Tatarian femmes. So these are Phoenician women. Not looking very Oriental at all, are they? And Tatarian men. Okay. So that is just the what we would call the peasants. They're doing pretty alright. So everything you see will be linked up. Do not worry, you will not miss anything of this fine stuff. So I did a Chinese Tartary post on the Celtic on Flat Earth British channel a day ago. It's getting more views than what I'm getting on this channel, and this is my backup channel. It's crazy, something going on there. But it is, you know, there's really good stuff on that video. But I got like copyrighted because I was doing it for you know, never put no adverts in on anything, but they did, and they just counteracting my choices. It's like out of my control to make you look bad. So this is what you do in an attack. You get rockets and you strap them to bulls. This is a Tatarian tactic for a bit of warage, because they had some problems. What do you do when you come and try and take your world over? So, into the interior. Beautiful. So yeah, I had some Chinese music on my last post, got copyrighted for that. And some Tatarian music, also got copyrighted for that. It's just my own fault, really. Plus, I found out as well yesterday on my channel that my PayPal link has been broke for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I never knew. So that would explain a lot of everything, really. So I want to know if this is a statue or this is a giant, because I think it's a giant. Okay, standing guard, because he's got shifty eyes. See, so yeah. Chinese Tartary. Hit the floor. So it's pretty big giants, but you're going to have a giant guard in, so there's a real Tatarian giant there. Gasp of breath. Oh, there's another image further over, excuse me. Oh, it's like a Christian cross on his hat. Or even Knights Templars. That's interesting. So, you man, mate, I got one for you. Yeah, what did he do? Got caught eating. Well, we don't know if they're that extreme. They might have been alright. See how it all pans out. There's a bet somewhere if it pans out good for that guy. Yeah? Did you win your bet? So, he's getting his ass smacked. It's funny, if that was in San Francisco, people would pay for that. What about this? Oh, well, not necessarily San Francisco, anyway, really. So I'm guessing he's going to be going, oh, they tied his hair to his... Oh, that's got to hurt. That's got to sting. That's got to sting. But don't worry, pain is just weakness leaving the body. And he's in the stocks. And he's in the stocks. So they got a lovely shit going on with the elites and blackguards, aren't they? In there. Oh, let's have a look at this torture. So cannibalism, torture, the world was fucked. They're all going in, one after each other, and they're getting their asses smacked again. Don't look happy, do we? The legs. So that's a bit cruel. A bit weird. So let's have a look. You need this big thing here to carry this little box, because it's an important box. I wonder what's in that box. Eh? Holy ceramics. Holy ceramics, Batman. The visor. You're like, can you see me? Like, no, not really. You got one of those virtual reality Google things on them? Yeah. Play Metal Gear Solid. Oh yeah, right, I like that one. Dun 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 dun. So. I don't know why everyone falls asleep to my vlogs as well. So, let's have a look at this. Apparently it's relaxing. Sorry, don't take offence. I take a gate. Check out this guy. Yeah. When you're gonna have an idol, you gotta have a really weird idol. Yeah. Wow. So the music going, a lot of monkage. Don't know what they're carrying in there. People that doesn't need to be seen because they're not really human, and if you see them, it would be like gasp of breath because they got monster faces and shit. Because the controller's like shapeshift or something. And really they're like hideously ugly. So let's have a look at this one here. I don't want too much of the animals. We've got to move on. A few links left there. Time is running out. So it's Saturday afternoon in Britain land, still on lockdown in Wales. New crazier measures coming in all the time. It's a struggle. Okay, you know, it's hard, isn't it, incarceration? I'm not actually cut out to be stuck in type person at all. Plus, and the Phoenicians in the water. Again, check it out. There's a little tiny clique on the style, and it's the same thing. It's the same people. Just change for the, you know, the style of that place. So some more of its peoples, some of their stuff going on, their happy hats and their shoes. They look fantastic. Okay, some more carnage going on. Okay, we're moving on. Oh, flags and things. We've seen all that. Okay, we're moving on. So I'll link that up below. I'm not sure where I got this link, but it's Phoenicians, and it's basically made in 1851, so it's an interpretation, okay, of what technologies went on before. Not sure where I got this. Marvin Wood and Nichols channel, can't remember. One of the guys anyway. So, you know, they give you ornaments, but it's pretty detailed, and they give you fantastic star forts. Look at this circular place here. Fantastic. And castles, which I think, you know, a lot of these in a lot of places were pumping stations to get the water off the land after the flood. And these, the geometrics in this. Geometry. And this one's got a massive plant in the middle. A structure in the water. But multi-purposed, no doubt about it. That's giving off ether changing properties because of its geometry, you see. Fractal. So yeah, fantastic book. I'm not going to go through it all, so it goes into ships as well. But it is pretty cool, but I just wanted to link it up because it just popped up this morning. So, let's leave this page and we're moving on. So, please do feel free to share this show. So I'm going to on a different link. So what I'm going to go through with you now is actually some cool images and some thoughts. But first I want to show you, because I basically forgot, connected with what I was just talking about. It would seem that black people run the gaff a lot of the time, and we're in, you know, positions of power. Nowadays they just had Barack Obama, which is basically one of them who's married to a man, so that's not credible. You know, it's pretty bad for all of it. So they do say that James II, coming in after James I, after Oliver Cromwell as well, was a black man, but also they say this man too, and James I. So this entire lineage, okay, this is Roy Grand of Brittany in France, and Ireland. So he was the king of Brittany and Ireland, this dude, okay. So another thing that's been happening is Rexicide, which is the killing of kings. So this is James, by the grace of God, so King James Bible, King of England, Scotland, France and Ireland. What? Is there something wrong with Wales? Why do you always leave Wales out? Wales is a superpower. Anyway, yeah, he's got a Horb scepter, he's a Phoenician, he's a black dude. So how times change. And what you find is, according to the Roman narrative, the Sibyl of the Sibylline prophecies apparently sat on a volcanic crack in the ground which leaked gases which made her hallucinate in the official narrative, because they don't want to acknowledge psychic abilities. All the while I try to enhance mine. Not try to, just let it happen, because as consciousness wakes up, the rest of reality wakes up. So yeah, let's have a look at some black culture. 1733 again. Educated in Africa, kidnapped in Africa and sold to slave in Maryland. So I'm not sure about the slavery narrative for America either. Seems to be a bit of a bullshittery going on with that. There was white slaves too. I think it was more official interpretation, Because apparently it all went to shit after it all ended for a lot of people. It's their jobs and their livelihoods, but I wonder what that is. Why is he looking at that? Is he getting an instruction through Skype? Oh, these bubbles are wicked. Hourglass skull. Oh, all the reset stuff. So, portrait, still life portrait by David Bailey. This is a nobleman. So, they do bullshit a lot with reality, do you see, guys? I'm just showing you how they, you know, suppression really. What is beautiful people. But in the past, apparently, not a team. Strange that, isn't it, guys? Check this out. Because the Phoenicians got in your head, it gets in heads. They do like sort of mind control techniques. So I'll just stroll through these. 2 boys, that is. So they have fine clothes, fine culture in Africa, in everywhere, in a glittering world, fine quality art pieces, all to turn it into what it is now. So they killed it, haven't they? It was, you know, it was fantastic. But as you can see, African kings, their hierarchy in the past was certainly black people. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Wow. I love that piece. Yeah, it's an unusual cameo. I've not seen one like that. Oh, another cameo. I know a lady will love that. Beautiful. Another cameo. So yeah, how they drive everyone against one another. That's something that's got to go. And will. Freemasonic sign. Live long and prosper. Leave that up if you want to read that. It is official narrative-age, though. So the finest clothes in the past, guys. King Caspar of Persia. Oh, look at this lady. Sophia Charlotte. Queen Charlotte of England. She became Charlotte of England. Oh, that was that queen that wasn't queen long. Oh, I remember reading about her. Wow, this is some image painting. Blue eyes. That's beautiful, though. Okay. The escaped bird. All walks of life. And what you find when you look into, if you research 1800s property developers from the late 1800s, you find that it's not what they said. You find that they were, you know, the black people were building cities, were entrepreneurs, etc. in this period. Doesn't fit with anything they told us. Not really. That's sweet. What about the cross upside down there? Do you think that bit sweet? Just saying. Anyway. So that's Turk. Doesn't look very Turkish, but no one's where, as I just showed you, nobody is where they're supposed to be now. So everyone's been moved around, haven't they? Wouldn't you say? I would. Oh, he's got the Phoenician in leaves, laurel leaves. Actual laurel leaves in this case. Oh, it says black man crowned in laurel branch, and he's king of Congo. But then glistening cities that are not there now. Eleanor of Austria, and I'm not sure, Dutchman, and another king. So yeah, it's not really how you think, is it, guys? They've done a great job in fucking suppressing, well, everyone, really. The place where I come from, everyone's equally in the shit. How to fix the world. I've got a plan, but YouTube sort of, you know, censoring me. Is making my plan difficult. I'm getting really frustrated. Time's ticking away. But I've got a plan. I've had a plan from the very beginning. So it worked out splendidly, except, you know, be careful what you wish for, really. What do you think? So. And well, at Port Royal, the richest city on earth, or the wickedest city on earth, destroyed in an event in Kingston, Port Royal. So yeah, as you can see, beautiful silks. Oh, look at this piece. Whew. Jewels and everything going on in there. Goddess Diana. Oh, John S. Millin from Wales. Inscribed the date at the bottom. Okay, from 1754. Predictably, the albino people have been made up stories of how he was taken from Africa. So this is a taffy, guys. This is some Welsh boy. Very freaking epic. Ka-ching. Happy about that. The Welsh were in on it. The Welsh are there. Included. I'm Welsh. Did you know? Velvet's nice too, innit? But look at that. You know what that's made of, guys? Yeah. I want that shirt. I want that shirt. The clothes are shit. The clothes are absolutely poo compared to all of this. So, days going on in the markets. In the old days. I'm not sure what's going on there. So this fella, he's a portrait of a Moor. He looks quite cool and thoughtful. Another little print. Chess pieces. So, seems the hierarchy in the royal family before the German imposters. Here's another one. Another king. Charles II. They sort of try and tell you that he's not back, but he is. Yes. I think this is the whole point of the English Civil War, you know, Cromwell standing down for Charles II after he chopped off Charles I's head. Yeah. Claims himself Lord Protector, only for a few years later to give it all up and hand the monarchy back over, you know, from the parliamentarians during the English Civil War. Makes no sense. So I think this narrative is cut in there, you know. I'm thinking Cromwell may have not been a bad dude, you know, guys, the more I think about it, if he's real. So, Swiss artist did that. Young Swiss, guys, beautiful. Swiss, mad, isn't it? So yeah, what a changing world. Big change coming. Giant Mary dude ish thing. So yeah, Mary is giant also, just like a kid. Or not. They're all little. They just chose a load of dwarfs for the painting. I get it. There's a serpent involved in this one. Are they giants? I think they very possibly are giants, yes. Cool. So, these are getting it on. There's a ram there. Ram goat. So, and breasts. Heads of state also. And Roman, in this case, a bronze of King Philip II of Spain. Okay. And all the monarchy. So nothing is as you thought it was. Cool, I bet the Ku Klux Klan are pulling their hair out right now, hating my ass. Didums. Could be on a fun cross in a field. So yeah, I don't know how many of these I got. Fair few by the look of it. Freaking hell. Wonder what this is around his head. Some sort of I can breathe underwater gear, or is he illuminated? I think he's staring at himself, and he's lit up. What do you think? Oh, look at that baby. I know. Look at his little hoofy woofies. He's so cute. Yeah, I might take that gold back though. Anyway, we're moving on because this is going to be the longest post in history. All Saturday afternoon, just sat there posting. Not that I mind. Oh, that's beautiful. Not that I'm going to pass that by. Don't let it pass you by. Yeah, it's not good for the brain, is it? This lockdown stuff going on. Not good for my brain. Do struggle with it. Job I got the community friends. That's all I can say. Because I would not be good. Look at that. It's good with a white screen background, doesn't it? Looks really cool. Don't let it pass you by. Ding, ding. He's got an Antiquitech thing in his chest. Maybe something plugs into there. Like Stark. You know, Iron Man. Stark. Stark is like dark, isn't it? Stark. I'd be Tony Skank if it was me, if I was Iron Man. Not Tony Stark. Mean? European King, Rijksmuseum. Another nobleman, Spanish painter. Okay, that's the last one. So as you can see, the world's changed in an unbelievable, unrecognisable manner. So I've got a few images to share you. I'm going to show about Flat Earth British. Images of the day are stunning today, and I want to show you some other stuff as well. So let's get into this. Please make sure to share this video. YouTube are stomping on me, and it's getting frustrating because if you knew, like last year, you know, I had my channel taken out of work, like fuck, to get this channel back up and running in a year flat, I got like 20, can't remember, something thousand subscribers. Get my Tatarian channel back, keep on this work, but I'm pouring, and it's just ain't happening. I'm putting videos out on 3 channels now, also the Tatarian channel. I've put a few out on there. I'll show you all in a second. So, not much happening with that. Except he's got the French Phoenician. And I think that a plaything. He's been playing with his balls. Now it just goes to show that the globes is basically a load of bollocks in my mind. Wouldn't you say that? I know a lot of flat earthers. A plaything. Bonaparte and the modern Alexander's journey round the world. So yeah, that's what they do, don't they? The emperor, he turned himself into an Emperor Napoleon. Is they tried to, like Hitler done the same, because he considered himself a great strategist, which he wasn't. Strategist. Like Alexandra, who in my mind was in the recent past. So how'd they get around? Henne. Air cockerel. So I don't know what that is. It's like a gas vent. And another gas vent there, and this is how big it is, because there's people up there on the platform, so I can gather they're inside it too. They have buildings, because it's like a city. And this is how they travel. Look, even an outbuilding with a church and temple. Some sort of cage, or maybe the prison. A giant barrel type building. And I guess just maybe that's to do your diary. But that's how they were getting around in the recent past. Crazy, excuse me. And this one as well. They were also, if you wanted to do an invasion, this looks like the Statue of Liberty here, but it's a star photo in France. This is Brest Point. And they have some sort of fiddling thing, it looks like, on top of a giant guillotine. So this is one raft. So they didn't have this in World War II. I think if we'd have had this on the D-Day landings, you know, we wouldn't have lost so many men at Omaha Beach according to Saving Private Ryan. Not really, we don't know. Invasion. Force. Tens of thousands. Antiquitants. They've even got a brick keep or fort on it. It's driven by wind. Slavery. What we got on here? Invasion. Liberty. And the Phoenician hat. So yeah, all for liberty, is it? Like libertines, liberals, libertarians. So they're bringing it in on a capstan, and you can get an entire fort on the ground. So this is during a bad storm, but they can bring it in. So yeah, they should have had that in World War II. We'd have killed it. Human interest pictures, only a couple of photographs. It's basically just a chamber, right? In 1929, but I find it interesting because of its decoration, and I like to have a nose around and see what the world was like. Clues. 10th of January, second session. Let's have a look what they're up to. Let's have a look at the bas relief. Wow, that's pretty fantastic. All marble column panels. So what are they up to? This is before the war. The men in halls of power, so they say, dictating to the rest of the people outside. Secrets, handshakes, deals, all the while looking after themselves and their ways and their greed. Is there anyone in there for the good of man? I wonder. Maybe one or two. But an interesting little photograph. I do like to study human interest. There are many clues. Each picture tells 1,000 words. Like this one. It's the French. Got decoration going on. Welcome. What looks like petite. The guy in the First World War. And all you get is the kids. They've got to stand there and salute, just like the Hitler Youth. Taking photos. A bit like, you know, what they do with the NHS with the fireworks and stuff like that. And everyone. Do you really want to salute this motherfucker? Don't know what he is. So yeah, they got the kids, you know, they made him because they can't really do anything about it. Get the other two to give him a reef. He's pretending like they really, oh look, they look so happy with me. Sir, they really, really like you. They don't really look like they like me. No, they do, sir. They do, honest. They fucking hate him. Yeah, I know. Might be Joff. Anyway, he's a Frenchman. Let's have a look. Anyway, a Frenchman. So. Okay. What I'm going to show you now is some images. I'm going to come back shortly, and then I'm going to do some images of the day, and we're going to have a scene. Basically, we're going to hit the ceiling for the rest of this post. I need a drink. What you're witnessing here is another Phoenician building, the Hotel de Ville in Paris, apparently destroyed in the Franco-Prussian War of 1871. This building is super fantastic, guys. The interior you can't even imagine. Absolutely covered in Phoenician statues, clocks. But have a look what happens apparently after, excuse me, let me spin that round. After a reset, which they say is the Franco-Prussian War, which I am not buying whatsoever. Okay, let's have a look at this one. That's what it looks like at the end of the road. Not too many people around. Absolutely monumental. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 twin towers. Very Tatarian feeling initially. And then after the bombardment or whatever happened in the Franco-Prussian War, this is what it was reduced to, which is quite shocking. You can see the windows there. This thing was initially a mud flood, and we got the giant doors going on, so it's an old world. And all of that clock completely gone. The two roofs completely gone. It's not a crying shame. Hotel de Ville, which is the city hall, Paris, completely gutted in 1871. Apparent war with the communards, etc. But nothing's fitting with that as well. Look at the size of this place. And what you find is none of the buildings around it are affected in any way by any fire. It seems to be really concentrated to this thing for some reason. As you see. The size of it. These are okay. They just got that apparently. And it's, you know, the covering is just gone and everything's removed into these small bricklets, but the heater hit this place. What, by conventional cannonballs? I've seen this narrative a lot where things are just turned into dust using seemingly some other technologies. This is inside it, a lot of steel going on, metal coming out of the walls, conductors, or some sort of technology. Maybe for the sink here, floor falling through, maybe utter devastation. Even the plaster's come off, the heat was that extreme with it. Crazy. Look at that one. Yeah, and just you can see that this is the lower level, so it was mud flooded. This is down below. This is the mud flood window. This is the street level. And then this was an amazing fireplace, I should imagine. What with all the metal up. Mind blowing. Must have been an artwork on there. But managed to strip it back. And it's funny how the cobble's really scruffy and untidy, but the building's fabulous outside. It's just all cover. It's all covering what looks like shoddy workmanship, if I'm honest with you. That stone. This doesn't look like. This is great stuff. No beds or perps. It's just like really what looks like mortarless stonework. And other examples. It's terrible stonework, but look at this, all buried. Everything reduced to bricklets with the interior. Well, that must have been some fire, guys. Think about it. So there are only a few of these to share. I'll give you the book itself so you can study them closer. There are plenty of clues. So, the ladder. I wonder what this thing for. This circle here. For air conditioning, maybe? Steam power? That's the interior. Reduced to rubble. Shame. Shame. And, they do give you one or two shots of what it was looking like before. One can only imagine the opulence. These are all chandeliers, the glass roof still intact, the glass is gone. Not too bad, yeah? Not too bad at all. Excuse me. Yeah, please make sure to share this out. I know I keep saying that, but it is imperative for Flight of British Truthness to actually wake up more people so this shit ends soon. Look at this. Look at the age of this. Wow. Such an event. Such an event. And a bullshit reason for it. Meltage. Melted stone. Bottom levels. This is street level. There's an old fireplace there, maybe. Another floor. Everything reduced to bricklets. And this was what it was like inside. It was pretty fantastic. They had a great Phoenician staircase. Looks exactly like what you would see on the Titanic. This double tier thing, double tier affair. And the Phoenicians underneath. In a pool of water. What a surprise. Where are they? Where's that parasitical mindset? So it must have been fantastic walking in there, all of that water and waterfalls before it came to an end. See the Phoenicians here, yeah, affecting the ether, creating a paradigm, creating a feeling of how the paradigm should be. It never fitted with me. I never felt comfortable with it. I always felt a stranger at heart. I always felt like this is not my place. I don't belong here. Always had that feeling. Always. And it's this fake reality that they gave us. Fake Phoenician paradigm. So, what I'm going to do now, guys, okay, is I'm going to just mute my microphone. I'm going to play you some images of ceilings with a bit of classical music. I need to leave camera a minute. I will be back very, very shortly. Ceilings, as in ceiling, as in sea and ling, or to seal in. But I'll give you an idea of what I think's going on after we've watched them. So. Who knew? Who knew ceilings could be so fantastic? So in a lot of cases they look technological, like cogs could actually fit in here, or gearing, or wheels maybe, and this thing could, the entire thing looks like a mechanism. Well, even inactive, it certainly is. It affects the ether, the atmosphere, if you like, through sacred geometry. They are absolutely mind-blowing, wouldn't you agree? The flower of life is bursting forth into the ether, influencing the ether in the building, even beyond. Isn't it incredible? So, who knew? Ceilings, and I think there's more going on. Some of these ceilings in churches look like ships' hulls. Maybe this place, I was thinking, well, maybe it all flips upside down, and then they just, the roofs of the churches are already ships. Check that out. So fantastic stuff, eh? Juicage. Lots of wows. Let's get back on that one. Oh, damn, excuse me. Wow. Doesn't that look cool? Yeah, I know. So, we're moving on. I've got images of the day to come. I'm going to come back on camera for a quick second, see how you are all doing, because I've been talking for hours. So, happy Flatterday. This is what this is all about, lifting the vibration. This is a traditional thing on Flat Earth British. We've been doing it for years now. I think it's probably 5 years to be doing live things on YouTube, but not always flat days. Yeah, I know, it's cool, isn't it? What else we got? That's for you. The female half. Joking. Not allowed to do that anymore. Not that you could get away with it if you've got a mask on. Hope you enjoyed the first bit of my post. Now what we got to come now is some images of the day. Everything will be shared. And what's going on Flat Earth British? There is all sorts of things. Maybe the year is not over with. This year has been over with too quick, and I'm missing the summer now. I'm going to grieve from the nice weather. Anyway. So, images of the day are pretty stonking, and they are of antiquity, and they are chosen for their colour and presentation beauty. So, self-explanatory. Tutankhamun's mask made of gold. And how old do they give this thing? Jewels from every corner of the Phoenician Empire. And they have the serpent, or the twin serpents, coming out of the position of the pineal gland. Big cleavage. So what is going on? Don't know about the beard though. Tataria. Now, I'll show you on my post now in a minute. I've done a post on a Tatarian special. Look at it out there, love. I know, Daddy, it looks so beautiful. It does. Tataria rocks, doesn't it, Dad? Yes, Daddy, it absolutely rocks. Because it does. It's colour, vibration, like the Celestine prophecy. So yeah, the Phoenicians could have had worked out some method of cryostasis for when the EM or something happens, because they do say in the final times when the trumpet blows that the dead will rise again. I'm wondering if it's something, some ritual where they did that. I don't know, but I really do love beautiful artworks. Glass, drinking horns, I'm guessing. Don't say they're not fantastic. Just, you can't say they're not fantastic. And that's what they're making in the past world, guys. All you get now is plastic fantastic crap. Disney crap. So this is a technology, we've been explaining it before. All of this apparently nonsensical wrought iron. But this is creates a focal point, creates a convergence as it all pulls in, draws in ethers. So anything under you will be affected by it. I love this one. Phoenician ship, mermaid, glass ship, gold, jeweled, flagged. Yes, I really like that one. So these are in Tasmania, and it's not Tasmanian devil because that's a dog. It's apparently in a little museum you can visit that collects cryptids, and this is like one little Mothman devil being that flew around. They got his skeleton. Look at this gold ring. Look at the geometry in this. Flower of life in there somewhere. The detail. How did they do that in that day and age? And they do these a lot. The pineapple buildings. I rather dig them. You know, like the pineal gland again. And cannons of old. Are they really cannons? What about this one? Or that one? This one looks like something could fit in there. It could spin. Did they really throw crappy ordnance just to blast the blocks? Or was there more going on with them? Open for interpretation. Again, on this strange base that they have, this wedge shape, the Phoenicians. That is really pretty. Could be an advert for underarm deodorant. Here, have a whiff. Not that women smell. Little thing going on here. There's a code as well with the fan in the old days, you know, of what you're what you're up to. Don't tell me that's not fantastic. Do I hear any wows in chat right now? Do I? Well, I'm wowing. Phoenician again, coming out of the water. But in this case, China. Oh, look at that for a minute. Just the colour. Blue sky, because we haven't got one here at the moment. There's a gold building in the background. Feels your heart. And amazing lockage we look into on Flatterday Bridge. All aspects of everything, including lockage. And this is a lock. Hope that's not a bloody rabbit. It is. Where you got to eat? I take that. Look at this little man for the mechanism. This is a lock for a door, guys. A lock. Mad, isn't it? Yeah, and this is also that one from one of those museums. He's mummified slightly. And he looks like an alien grey. Or he could be just some sort of cryptid that was roaming around the place years ago. Because as you've seen, there was loads of them. So this is up on, it's a Casus. And you get a faceless knight as well. Okay, in this one with scales. EM protection. And a sword. Why would it be that big? And the Casus is that big. I would say this is a real Casus. No, or a giant's sword. No? Yes. This guy, if you walk down this street, I'm guessing maybe Germany or something. Is that really there? Because it's pissing all over you in the street. If it's there, it could be photoshopped. I'm not sure. That looks strange. Doesn't look like a statue. But isn't that weird? Yeah, I know. Echo technology. Posted about a little bit about this in my last post, but this place is completely melted. You can imagine what's under here. It's all just dripped over, melted from the heat. Survived it okay in here, this echo chamber. Resonance technology of some sort. Melted. Can you imagine what this place was? The technology of the old world. Mind splat. Age. Oh, excuse me, wrong way. Yeah, more antiquated. Do they rise up? Are they in stasis through some sort of witchcraft? Even the blank panels. That mirrors. Witchcraft. It's witchcraft. Right. So out of these rose petals, they're all swimming in rose petals, the Romans, Phoenicians, whoever they are. But they look a jolly bunch anyway. I think some of these I may have presented on my post yesterday, or never. I'm going to show you what I've been up to anyway shortly. These little porticles, these little areas you have in stately homes, museums, whatever, etc. Check the Phoenician shells. What are they for? You know, why in the world don't come straight through? What would be the purpose? There's no window. It's just a table. Yeah, all of the attention to detail artworks just for this little half of a portico thing. What is it for? What would be its purpose? Technology for the marble columns? Sit in there, revitalise? Or is this something else repurposed? So, Barbaria's not really happening in Wales or in Britain at all, or anything really. It's everywhere else, and it is up and running and beautiful in Australia. And the Barbaria site for you to join will be linked in this video, below this video. So, one can dream. Pretty, eh? Yeah, I know. And more technology. You got these in British parks, American parks, parks everywhere. It's highly detailed, wrought iron. Fountains. The fountains are removed in the modern day, so you don't get that goodness. They don't want that. But they are antiquitected out. Cast iron fountains. Another technology of the old world. And this is in India. And the story behind it, I'm afraid I don't know, but it's an old works, and it looks to be all buried in mud. Ancient concrete. And giant wheels for some sort of process. So let's have a look at this Renaissance work. Pearls, yellow lace, strange neck thing, not sure what that's for, maybe to hide blood bites, who knows. Oops, go the wrong way. And there's Charles the second, he's got a wig on. Charles the second, he's got a wig on, I think, but he's got like really curly hair. He's got hair on me, it's all curly. It's curly tots. Forward. Where Statue of Liberty is built on. And there's a little town there on Fort Wood, old Tatarian buildings. These are mud flooded. Really strange little town. And have you noticed these before? Well, yeah, they're stars and stripes, but they're not really. They're wizard symbols, aren't they? They're alchemical wizard symbols. They've got the crescent moon, a star, there's another star in here, another star here, another star here, a spot here. It's not stars and stripes. This is sort of alchemical, astrological, witchery guys underneath this. Have you ever noticed that before, that aerial? Fort Wood, Star Fort, has stars on it and moons and some sort of witchcraft, but you can only see from above. 1930 photograph. Excuse me, let's have a look at this. That's inside that glass ship, or another one. Wow. I'm guessing the elite brats had fantastic toys. I wouldn't last like 30 seconds with me. I'm guessing when the people pushed their hands in this stone here in Indiana Cave Park here, is where it is, in Utah, excuse me, it was soft, because these are people's handprints. This thing was soft at the time. Would you disagree? Spiral staircases, vortexing. Animals do it naturally. We don't do it so much. But if an animal's going to lay down, it's going to do a vortex. It's going to do a toroidal in this place, because everything is like that in the torus fields. And staircases, just turn in a circle round and round as you go up with the wrought iron, creating a natural technology. Bay windows. Imagine sitting out on there. Isn't that a fine looking building? But again, Phoenician. But that's nice. I like that. And this stone must have been soft when somebody dug their fingers in it. And there's bells, so this thing rings. It's the bottom of a clock, timepiece. All I can see is lovers. Lovers there too. So antiquity melted and cracked, left by a riverbank. Just smash world. Excuse me. To Venezuelans, or mermaids and mermen. So these guys here look like you're like, whoa, look at that trippy shit. Yeah, we did a marvellous job with the DNA splicing this time. Yeah, that is some deeply fucked up shit. So maybe that thing actually did walk and was really alive. You know, because they went mad with the DNA splicing, didn't they? You know, they got like spider, goat, pig now. So what's the matter with like elephant, lion, bird, peacock, ram, deer, chicken, crocodile, chicken, foot, leg, monster thing? Yeah, no. Plus it's a unicorn as well, apparently. Did it exist? I don't know, it's pretty bloody trippy though. Another bay window with all gargoyles coming out of it. Some evil man can stand in there, write an evil book. Cleaning up in the old days. Mud flooded all world. Paper. Oh, I'm sick of these ticker tape parades. Maybe I don't know where all that paper will come from. Phoenician building orientation, decoration. Marseille. This one's in of Medusa, Cathedral Amiens, and Rheims. The Green Man, Bacchus, in a church. So I don't know who this general is. I was thinking it was Lee in the beginning. Okay, but it's not. What army would you say these are? I don't know. It's a good guessing game. Got somebody with a busby on there, British. But he's waving at his soldiers. And shit. Just thought it was an interesting photo. Maybe you could pick some clues from that. Or even identify the guy who's looking straight at the camera. It's generally a bit of a shit, isn't it? So this is the top of that incredible lock. So you press down on that. Whole like, you know, Caractacus pot style operation goes down to open the lock, like a bit like the Phoenician locking mechanism, which is part of the machine for this. So Phoenicians as well here, shells, as you can see, the lion, and I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. She's squeezing her boobs. It's like Tokyo, Tokyo. Maybe she's trying to get a radio signal, but it's Phoenician. She's got that crazy head tech on that they communicate with, communicators. She's a mermaid. Got the shell thing going on. Yeah, they're awfully shellfish. So, squeezy juggy, Phoenician lady. And a bit of naked wrestling, as you do. Don't. With a very slippery customer. See, the whole plot is fishy, isn't it? The Phoenicians. So yeah, he's having a naked wrestle with their what's wrong with these people? With their Phoenician. Nice coins though, aren't they? Detailed. So, Napoleon. Let the night Josephine. So I don't know what it is, but it's like a Cadbury's cream egg. Tap it and wrap it. It says, I don't know, cannel. I don't know what all these words are. Maybe you can tell me what it is. What's inside them? I don't know. Maybe fragrances? I don't know. Open to interpretation. Write in comments what you think that is. Antiquity guessing hour on Flatterday. Is that pineapple building again? Very nice. Melusine, the Phoenician lady. 2 horns aplenty. bursting forth all of nature, but trippy flowers. That is pretty trippy, isn't it? Can you say? Excuse me, I keep doing that. Bloody hell. Colour? Do you like a bit of colour? I've like a bit. And that's that same museum where he's got, like, this is apparently a vampire's skull, and he's got a vampire killing kit here. I wonder if you've got any red mercury. Holy bullets, silver bullets, stuff like that. Oh yeah, well, I keep silver bullets, you never know. Obviously not. I guess that's Moscow maybe, but all beautiful colours and electrified, I guess. But wow, guys, isn't that pretty painting? I know. I'm guessing in this Egypt marble cartouche, it's got a bit of meltage going on. Looks like maybe it was soft and a giant banged his head, or hit his elbow with it, or something. But something has made that porous and melted and go in. So, how big do you really need your cameras back in the day, and what are they exactly photographing? Yeah, no, it's a whopper. Smack bang, what a picture, what a picture, what a photograph, and another spiral staircase, like the DNA. Troidal. And she's riding a stairway to heaven. And riding a mermaid, as you do, or a seahorse. That's a real seahorse. Ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross to see a nice lady upon a nice horse. So these are head coverings for your horses back in the day. They put blinkers on them now. So I bet horses were feeling fantastic back in the day as well, don't you think? Look at that one. Whoa. Deadly horses. Deadly horses. Wow! Wow! Look at this. Don't be singing the Osmonds on a flat earth British fucking vlog, Matt. There's no credibility. I don't know what it is, guys. I think I'm maybe drinking. I can't remember to think. Good, no? What about this drinking thing? The receptacle. It's not good, no? On my DVD. Us. So this is what they're going to do with this. I hope not, though. But that's what we need to do. We need to break free our shackles before they stick us in cages and concentration camps. Not that I'm like alarmist, but we are in the middle of Armageddon, and I'm not really making it up or anything, because it's happening in your face. Have you seen how nuts they go on every single day, guys? Encoding everything they keep introducing, the 3-tier system. Tiers? Yeah, there'll be fucking tiers when they're killing everyone. So this is a depopulation, there's no doubt about that, and that's not even, that's part of it. Doors in the church's steeple. Doorways to walk through when your balloon pulls in. Possibly. And use more crazy locking mechanisms. Oh, it's the same one, but fantastico. Fantastic. Somebody made all that efforts just to open the door. See, I dig that. I dig that. That's just fantastic. You know, all that effort to open the door is like, yeah, that is brilliant. Do that. So she's like, I'm guessing he's got no milk for his coffee, but he's like, he's 86, but he still requires bitty. I miss my mother. Oh, you are then, love. Have a suck. Sorry to lower the tone. Just a curious photograph. You know, this is he's old man. This is how he's ending his life. Look, with his brandy, his coffee. So, a load of Tataria and Happy Hatters. This is Tsarina, actually. This is the royal dynasty of Russia. The Romanovs. Not a pretty story. But can you imagine? This place is wow. So yeah, he existed. That's Mothman. Okay, so don't be watching in your trees because he might appear. Mothman's a real thing. He's in a museum in Australia, in Tasmania. So here they are, all blonde, looking like children of the damned from the water. Mermaids, which you get a lot of on Flat Earth British. So these are called follies, but what are they for? And under this folly, there's a folly folly room, domed room. Bunky! There she is, the Medusa. Don't look at her, you'll turn to stone. Unless you look at her in a mirror, you'll be alright there, because that's where you can deal with these. That must have been one hell of a power plant. So, good evidence for reset here is this goes ripping across Italy all the way to Rome. There's an aqueduct, the water flowed through here, energized, double vortex, magnetized, structured water all the way to the city of Rome. And everything's smashed, isn't it? And it's all grass grown over, and the people are living in, you know, haystacks. Because the civilization has been smashed. So there's a picture of troops, and quite fascinating. I do every picture tells 1,000 stories. Every picture is 1,000 words. So they're Germans, and not many of them get killed. Yeah, 100 years ago they ordered all them people to their deaths in the First World War. Pathetic. Nothing but murder. So there's a little town on there, look, on Liedtke Island. And star, moon, star there. That's what you've got. I don't know what's on the other side. Isn't that interesting? And it's on a star. Babylonian magic, methinketh. So, your chazza, your charity shop, type of affair in Victorian era. See what rags you got. Hi Mary, got anything for my feet? It's getting fat and cold in the mornings. Aye. Got a onesie here, love? I don't wear onesies. So, this is a fantastic one. I love this one. Just get that thing off the top. Please share this out. There's a little bit to come, and I'm going to come back now shortly. But check this out. So, I'm guessing, like, you know, Icarus falling. Because he tried to fly to the sun, because it's not far away. And the flood. Phoenicians coming up from the water. Or father time. Oh, they're all in here, aren't they? There's Mercury falling from the sky. And to the fiery pits of hell. Ugh. Pretty fantastic painting, no? They burst forth from the sky. They came like that, literally. So even in cactus you can witness the flower of life, look. Isn't that fantastic? Just proving the nature. Responding to, well, it would, there's no other way, because that's how this place is. Bursting forth. Fractal geometry. Sacred geometry. Stable 8, the Romans, or the ancient Phoenicians, or the Phoenicians, knew about the stable 8 of the supposed atom. First stable state for us to exist. Flower of life. Represented in all sorts of antiquity, mosaic floors, stones, a column, flower of life. So these people had a greater understanding about the fundamentals of how this place works. You know, the Western philosophy is completely wrong, bottle, guys. The paradigm's completely fake. So this building's buried up to nearly its column tops in sand, mud, and appendage. So the Tataria and Flatterdays, this is probably the top of the Empire State, but they did it on other skyscrapers too, in LA as well as Chicago, where you have a mooring pivot. So the Zeppelin would come in, and there was doors where people would just step off through a door and go down into the building. Yeah. So they were doing it then. They were doing it before, and this was what was going down. This is how they were getting around, and this explains all of these doors and these, you know, these gantries and stuff on the tops of spires. And what does this look like? A church spire. That was what was going on. What about these ceilings looking exactly like a jet engine? This is the other one we seen earlier. What do you think? Similar to jet engines. highly similar to jet engines. It's almost as if they come active. If stone could just wake and become active. And these Zeppelins were fantastic, big. This is a Graf Zeppelin here. They had massive places in here, guys. Look, these things were immense. This was the way to get around over the Atlantic. And they fly quite close to the sea as well, or off the sea. It's not up in the air. So I only downloaded that because of the effect on my Brian with the colour. What saith you, peeps? Is it Obsidian? Might be, I'm not sure. But fantastic colour. Anyway, I think this is in Cincinnati, I think it is. And it's on a muddy or sandy hill. I'm taking a cable car to the top, but that's just mud. That's them combating the mud flood. We'll build a railway up it. Huh? It's crazy, isn't it? Because it's autumn, a reflection of a Tatarian building. Technasmia halls in autumn. Beautiful autumn colour. Red trees. And orange. And the Phoenician Sphinx are in the wilderness. So I'm guessing this has been a rather long vlogage for Saturday. So I made the effort. And this is a mooring off horizontally. Excuse me, vertically. Isn't that incredible? So they did it like that as well. And another one of Gabriel enunciating Mary into pregnancy. But at this time it's not coming from him, it's coming from above. You see the rest of the shots from a UFO. I don't know what the parents of these children were actually thinking. Halloween's coming, I'm guessing that's banned, but it should be anyway, because I don't really get on with Halloween. Trick or treating. It's fucking asking for it, knocking people's fucking doors in this day and age. State of them all out there. I can't imagine them allowing it with the masks and all of that. You know, it's lockdowns, isn't it? So, did the Tatarian world feel like that? And the rest of these images I showed on my last post on the Flat Earth British Think Tank channel. So that's it for the moment. I'm going back a second. Okay, excuse me. So this is what I've been up to all week. Okay, I'm just keeping on punching videos out. 4 days ago, an FEB Extra, the True and Wonderful Phenomena, basically talking about comets and Judgment Day, and the basically resetting of culture through comets. And I posted only last night or yesterday, and I got 6.6 thousand views on that in one night, in one day. So a lot of people are watching the Flat Earth British Think Tank 111. Coaching. And I talked about Tatarian fashion, and I showed examples and these technological hats and towers of Tartary. If you don't know about that, I'll link it up below. Make sure to subscribe to that too. And I've opened up also the Celtic Tatarian channel. If you don't know about this, excuse me. I posted it's a 5-year-old channel, 4-year-old channel, and I posted Giovanni Battista's Piranesi's engravings on a video with music 5 days ago, if you haven't seen it, okay, because I've been gone a week from this channel. What's basically What If, which is the promo for our book, The Holy Grail of Our Flat Earth, which I should start promoting. Okay, so make sure to catch them too if you haven't. Okay, this is a beautiful video if you haven't seen it. I suggest you do watch that. I'm coming back for a minute. There I am. Well, that was 2 hours plus, no doubt about it, wasn't it? So happy Flatterday. Hope you enjoyed that. So we talk about the fucking Phoenicians and the Age of Caesars, Zaz of the sea, and the crumbling of the Phoenician paradigm, which is inevitable. It's just a matter of time. So let's take heart in these uncertain times. I will keep in contact with you all as and when. Join my Instagram. I do live things on there constantly, all of the time. Okay, and let you know what's going on. So join Instagram, Flat Earth British on Instagram, and my Facebook as well. It's quite busy. So have a good evening, have a good week. I will be back in a day or two. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe all Flat Earth British channels, and please share this out. Also, my PayPal link has been broke for weeks and weeks and weeks, and if you watch my last video, I will explain quite a bit about things that are going on, so make sure to watch that, and I'll see you in a day or two. Peace and love to you all. Be good, and this is not aimed at anyone in particular, but don't do anything I